it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
What's up, guys? My name is Brendan, and today I want to talk to you about ankle strength, flexibility, and injury prevention. Guys, if you didn't already know, your ankles are extremely important for the sport of tricking. That's because they're beneath you, supporting you the entire time. And guys, it's pretty common for a tricking athlete to injure their ankles along their path to progression. I myself have injured both ankles multiple times with multiple different degrees of sprain. So guys, today I'm going to talk to you about how you can get strong, flexible ankles and how you can recover from ankle injury. So with that said, let's get started. First, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of ankle strength. And guys, having strong ankles is extremely important because they help you push off the ground for all of your tricks. You see guys, we don't just jump with our quads bending at the knee. We also are bending at the ankle and then pushing up using our calves to get us into the air. So the stronger your ankles are, the more height you'll be able to get on all of your tricks. So guys, here are some of my personal favorite ankle strengthening exercises. The first is the calf raise. This is a classic exercise and it's extremely important if you want to point your toes and get some extra height. Your calf is this giant muscle that lies right above your ankle on the back of your leg. And that's the muscle that's responsible for pointing your toes and pushing you off the ground. One of the best ways you can get a stronger calf is by just balancing on both feet and raising up and doing a bunch of calf raises. Guys, if doing them on 2 feet is too easy for you and you don't feel like it's a big enough workout, just lift 1 foot up and do them on 1. That way it's even a balancing exercise as you condition your calf. And guys, the stronger your calf is, the more calf raises you do, the easier it will be to point your toes and the more height you will get on all of your tricks. The second group of exercises is band exercises, and these are extremely important for strengthening the muscles surrounding your ankles. You see, the calf raise does a great job on working with the back of your calf, but there are also muscles that are along the sides in front of your calf that control you lifting your foot off the ground or moving it from side to side. One of the best ways to train that is to just put a band around your foot and add tension opposite of your motion. So if I'm moving my foot to that side, I want to wrap the band here and then push that way. Guys, if you practice band training, that's one of the best things you can do to strengthen all the muscles around your ankle. Because the calf raise is extremely important for getting height, but if you want ankle stability and good control, one of the best things you can do is to just do a bunch of band exercises to strengthen the muscles surrounding your ankle. The third exercise for strengthening your ankles is to pick stuff up with your feet. You see guys, the muscles surrounding your ankle up on your calf are extremely important, but the muscles that are within your foot are just as important as well. They're extremely helpful for stabilizing your body and gripping the ground while you're landing tricks. And guys, one of the best ways you can train that is to just go outside, pick up some sticks, break them up, throw them out, and then collect them into a pile using your feet. This is one of my favorite exercises to do. Plus, it's a great way to strengthen your feet and it makes your ankles all the stronger in the process. So guys, if you want stronger feet and a little bit stronger ankles, just go outside and start picking stuff up with your feet. Next, I want to talk about the importance of ankle flexibility. And this is what gets people injured most of the time. It's not because their ankles are very weak, but it's because their ankles are very inflexible and they were moved in a position that damages them, that hurts them. One of the best things you can do to prevent injury is by keeping your ankles nice and flexible. Here are some of my favorite stretches for keeping my ankles nice and mobile. The first stretch is the figure 4 ankle stretch. And to do this, you just bring your legs in a figure 4 and use your hands to stretch your ankle in a ton of different ways. The figure 4 ankle stretch is extremely beneficial because it lets you train not just the pointing toes flexion or the flexing flexion, but also inversion and eversion. You're able to stretch your foot from both sides to really get your ankles nice and bendy. Guys, keep in mind that when you do the figure 4 ankle stretch, you are stretching. Don't put too much tension in to the point where you hurt your ankle, but you also don't want to put not enough to where you don't get a stretch at all. As you do the figure 4 ankle stretch, make sure you're putting in just the right amount of tension to give your body a nice stretch to make your ankle nice and mobile. So that way, if it gets put in a weird position, it's more used to it and can take it, and you don't get injured as heavily. The second stretch I want to show you is the Achilles stretch. And guys, rupturing an Achilles tendon is one of the most devastating injuries for any athlete because it makes you completely immobile. So guys, if you want to prevent an Achilles tendon tear, one of the best things you can do is to just be constantly stretching your Achilles. If you feel a tightness in your calf, just stretch your Achilles until that tightness goes away. That is one of the best things you can do to help your ankle flexibility and also prevent injury. A lot of the times people's Achilles tendons and the back of their ankles will get stressed when they under-rotate a skill. So guys, you want to make sure your ankles are ready for that by constantly stretching your Achilles. And guys, it's a really simple stretch that can be very relaxing. Next, I want to talk to you guys about ankle injury and ankle rehabilitation. You see guys, when you are a tricking athlete, your ankles are at extreme risk. And it's pretty common for an athlete to injure their ankles 1 or 2 times along their path to progression. Personally, I've sprained both my ankles a whole bunch of times. And guys, that has taught me a lot about how I can prevent injury in the future and how I can recover once I'm injured. So guys, here are some exercises that have really helped me along my path to progression. The first exercise for injury prevention is the broken ankle walk. And to do a broken ankle walk, you just turn your foot to the side and walk on the blade of your feet. By walking on the blade of your feet, you're able to condition your feet to be more comfortable supporting themselves from their side. And guys, one of the most common ankle injuries is for someone to roll their ankle by being on the tops of their toes and then sliding down onto the blade of their foot. One of the best ways you can condition your body for that is to just do a broken ankle walks and get used to putting pressure on the blade of your foot. Plus guys, if you want to execute a really good side kick with a strong bladed foot, this is one of the best exercises you can do to develop that angle. The second exercise I want to show you guys is extremely important for ankle recovery, and that is the ankle alphabet. To do the ankle alphabet, just sit on your bottom, lift one foot in the air, and then try and draw the letters of the alphabet by using the tips of your toes. Doing this is a great way to train your ankle mobility, which is extremely important for injury prevention. Guys, if you can move your ankle comfortably through its entire range of motion, you will be far less likely to get injured than if you feel a lot of bumps and cracks as you move it. And guys, one of the best ways you can improve your mobility is to just do the ankle alphabet. Guys, whenever you sprain your ankle, you also need to relieve a lot of the inflammation. And one of the best ways you can do that is to just move it around. Do the alphabet from A to Z. Trust me guys, it is a great ankle exercise and you will feel your muscles firing. Third, I want to talk to you guys about how important basics are, especially when recovering from an ankle injury. You see guys, when you injure one part of your body, it gets weaker faster than the rest of your body. So if a tricker injures their ankles, they will get far weaker ankles by the next time they go to the session. So guys, that means you need to go back to basics. If you injure your ankles and they feel weak and unstable, that's totally fine. Go condition them and practice the basics of tricking. If you do a whole bunch of roundhouse kicks, hook kicks, and tornado kicks, that is a great way to get your ankles used to spinning and catching your weight. Plus, you could also start scaling up from lower level skills and then move all the way to higher level skills. You see guys, if you injure your ankle on a 540, you're probably gonna wanna do a whole bunch of tornado kicks before attempting that 540 again. And that's not a bad thing. Whenever I get injured, I always just go right back to basics and then scale up my progression from there. That's one of the best ways to keep a long athletic longevity. We want to be able to do tricking for as long as possible. And that's one of the best ways to do it, just by practicing basics whenever we're recovering from an injury. And that's one of the best ways to not get compound injuries or compensation injuries if we're trying to save ourselves by leaning one way or the other. So guys, if you are injured and recovering, just practice your basics. Next, I want to talk briefly about ankle braces. And I think ankle braces are a double-edged sword. You see guys, braces are extremely important for preventing further injury if you're already hurt. So if you need to go to a training session or a competition and you have a sprained ankle, yes, you should wear an ankle brace to prevent further injury. But if you're constantly training on an ankle brace, you're doing yourself a disservice. An ankle brace restricts your range of motion and adds a ton of armor to your ankle joint that should be there naturally. You guys should have strong ankles that can take the impact of tricking, and you can build that by conditioning them. One of the worst things you can do is to just wear a brace every session, because you're just slowly but surely making your ankle weaker and weaker. Now guys, like I said, braces are a tool. They have their time and place, and they are extremely important for preventing further injury when you need to compete. But if you're training on a brace every session, you're just weakening your body and doing yourself a disservice. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for today. If you want to support mastering tricking and help me make content just like this, please go to howtomastertricking.com and support. Some of the things you can do are purchase mastering clothing, get the mastering curriculum, or even sign up to be a patron. Guys, regardless of how you support, it all means the world to me. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.